Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Finish the Line podcast. So we will start off this week. Oh look, Dave's back by the way.
I was totally going to cut across you before I started there. Going back, bitches.
We're not advertising. We're not advertising Coca-Cola.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, so am I.
My car broke down.
My car got hit into a lot today. It was go-karting though. That's different.
That's not your car.
It was my baby for an hour.
I was telling Tom there off air. 14-hour day, which will probably end up being 16 by the time I get home out of here. Car broke down, and it's like I haven't not worked in like 21 days. Bring back, no, don't say it. Nope.
This segment is becoming like an agony aunt for you every week. You just need to get it off your chest.
It's because I haven't been here. The same happened the last time when I wasn't here for a week as well. Because remember I missed a week. I had a sinus infection. I came back and I couldn't be fucked with life.
Because you're not up here as much as you used to be in lockdown. Because you've no one to get it off your chest now.
I was up having
this is a horse racing podcast, by the way.
I was up having a piss there and I was thinking, like, lockdown was hard, but it was actually easy. Because I just came up here, drank 4 cans of Guinness, went home, went to sleep, got up, complained about being bored, came up here, drank 4 cans of Guinness.
Gave out to me about something.
Went home, went to sleep. Now
you have to work.
I have to work.
There's no pity for you.
I have to, like, there's girls texting me again, so I have to date people. Oh, it's just a nightmare.
Oh, God, love
so
you.
It's actually hard work, like.
Grafton.
And my favourite filly and woman is running Sunday.
Oh, that joke. Right, anyway, last week, Irish Oaks. I'll be honest, I didn't see it. It was a mad week, and you talk about it. Go for it.
He went shopping. I was up here watching in his house. He went shopping. I was like, you're going to miss the Irish Oaks. I won't be. I'll be back. I knew he wasn't coming back.
It's a good race, Dave.
And you know what he did to me, Tom, right? Wait till you hear this, right? I can't even make this shit up anymore, right?
What did I do?
He says to me, right? Robin is having, like, my godson. Fair enough, like, I don't mind minding him or whatever, right? But, like, I need the tools of which to mind him. Like, I need a phone or a laptop or something.
Well, hold up. I'm giving you...
him. No,
wait now. I'm giving you a little look into what you're going to end up doing with all these young ones. You're going to get one of them knocked up.
Okay. Right? But he goes, Robin's in having his dinner. You'll keep an eye on him, won't you? I said, of course I will, yeah. No issue. Off he goes anyway. And I was panicking then a little bit. I was like, I don't know, can I do this, right? So he screams anyway.
It's a child.
He screams anyway. The dog is in trying to eat his dinner, right? So I had to sort that problem. So off I went again anyway. Screams again. Is like, what's up now? He left him the phone and the phone died. Peppa Pig. Oh my God, Tom. 25 minutes running around the house trying to keep the child entertained. Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? Where's Peppa Pig? Where's Daddy? Where's Peppa Pig? I didn't know what to do.
Now, that was you in my shoes for 25 minutes.
And
hold on, my son's at the ring of the doorbell. You keep talking.
Right, and you know what else then? He said, as soon as I leave, I'll be 40 minutes. So we were getting takeaway food. Ring the takeaway as soon as I leave, right? And I'll be back in time for it. So I rang the takeaway. Tried to pay over the phone. No, you have to pay cash. I had no cash with me, Tom. So I had a child running around the house looking for his daddy with no phone to watch Peppa Pig. And I was worried the takeaway was going to come and I had to send it back because I had no cash. Oh, it was a nightmare.
You should have sat him down to watch Jane and Ruby on RTE Racing Day and give him his first experience.
I tried to, Tom. It didn't work.
What did I miss?
It was an emotional kind of Saturday.
Yeah, just see what I had.
What
I had to put up with then every day. With an extra 2.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Now, finally, horse racing. Again, I didn't see what happened.
What happened?
It was a good race.
It was a good race. I can't make head nor tails of what happened to your horse and Steinman, Tom, but she probably maybe had too many runs in the space of a short space of time, maybe.
Yeah, I'm happy enough to put it down to that. She ran too bad to be true. She got the worst run of the race because she broke badly. She ended up wide. He didn't know whether to go forwards or get back, and then he had to slot in. And then I think they slowed the pace up mid-race, and then they quickened. And she just didn't quicken. She just ran like a horse who had too many runs in too short a space of time. And
she changed her legs 3 or 4 times as well, Tom. She looked like she just wasn't enjoying it at all, to be honest.
Yeah, she did. Again, it's too bad to be true kind of thing. Happy to put a line through it, but I'd be interested to see what price she is in what kind of contest next time. But New York Girl is getting a bit disappointing. She was in the wrong place as well, but I don't know. I think we're just making excuses for her now at this stage. I'm not too sure what to make of it, to be honest.
Definitely not Group 1 quality. They're after trying it so many times. She looks... I didn't see the race now, but from her last run, she's, I'd say, Group 3, Group 2 at best.
Yeah, I don't know. She was fourth, only beaten 2 lengths by Peaceful in a Group 1 there at the start of the season. So in the Guineas, like I wouldn't rule her off as a Group 1 filly at the minute.
And again, it could be the case that she might have too many runs.
Yeah, maybe. Do they come back to a mile with her? I thought she'd run like she was going to stay a mile and a half, to be honest. But maybe they drop her back in trip and see if that works. But I don't know.
This is a stupid question. I'm going to get killed for this. Geraldines won it?
Yeah, Geraldines.
Even so?
Even so.
Yeah.
And I'd say she's actually a decent filly. Because the filly that bet her came out then and won the Group 2 over a mile 1 on the Sunday. Le Miste.
Yeah.
And in the interview after the Oaks, he said it was 2 races previous. He said they expected Even So to beat Le Miste, and Le Miste bet her, and he actually said, and that's not a surprise now as she's turned out to be pretty special. Yeah. But by the sounds of the interview, they were quietly confident she was a decent enough filly, and she'd be. Like Colin Keane said before the race in the interview that they show on RT that they were expecting top 3 anyway. So.
Yeah,
I'd
say she's pretty good. Cayenne Pepper ran her race as well, to be fair.
Yeah, she probably just got outstayed towards the end, Tom, I'd say.
I think so, yeah. Le Burnham ran okay as well. Yeah, it was a good race, enjoyable race. Just
don't.
Lebrina, as Andrew likes to call her. Thank God I'm back to help him with his pronunciation.
Kevin Lebrina.
I couldn't do it to him. I just had to leave him.
Yeah, see, you're not a true friend. You're not a true friend.
I could see you wanting to say it, Tom, and you just left him go with it.
Dickhead. You're a true friend.
Fucking.
It had just gone too far at that stage.
Kevin Lebrina was of an Irish Oaks Day. Oh, brilliant.
Sure, look. Right. You want to... What? Go on.
I reckon Jim Bolger wishes he named a bit differently now. Max Swiney, bit of a weird name, but beat Wembley and did it in a very good time. Wembley was back, like defeat was out of the question altogether. And I'd say he is pretty decent.
Didn't he finish behind Wembley in his last race?
Yeah, one to keep an eye out for, definitely, I think. Obviously he needed a run the first time, but has improved. It improved a hell of a lot from first to second start, and that was pretty good. And also, just wanted to give a shout out to Romanized. I thought that was a really good performance. Normally needs his run. We were all over Lancaster House. I really thought he would win, and I couldn't have Romanized at all, to be honest with you. But he quickened up like a really, really good horse.
Yeah, I was impressed with that as well. I was full sure he was going to need it.
You tipped up a horse for me last week because I want on, and you knew I'd back him. And
did you back him?
He's a dog. I'm done with Mum's tipping now. He's an absolute dog. I was wrong. I never seen a horse run like it ever. He had his. I said it to the lads. He wanted to go backwards, not forwards. He tried to pull the bridle to the left so much. He wanted to go back the other way. And I swear to God, like, he's a full-on cliff horse because I have to back him every time he runs now. But I know I'm losing money every time because he's not going to win. Like,
stop backing him then.
I have to because he's going to win a 20-1 one day, and I'll be fuming. Man.
He'll win a sell around Wolverhampton in January.
That's probably what it is. A 0-60 at Wolverhampton around Christmas.
Just another couple there actually. Ken Condon had a good weekend. Laura Indices won the Railway Stakes at 66-1. Just shows, I think it was an $8,000 yearling. Throw them in there and see what happens. It'd be interesting to see where that goes next because Lucky Vega from that maiden me and Dave have got a bet on with Benevente.
That
He was
buttermilk.
representing
Yeah,
that
it's
form.
buttermilk.
That's really strong form.
Is that bet not gone yet?
No, it's not August. It's the 11th of
Oh,
August.
I thought it was June.
11th
11th
of
of
August or something.
Ah,
We're getting close to it now, though.
close, very close.
3 weeks.
Wait until he comes out on the 15th of August.
Yeah.
Look at you,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm going to back him and send in the slip and everything.
You know that's going to happen. And the other one was, I couldn't believe the price of this horse the night before. I backed it at Navan the time before, and it got no run, came from miles back. Princess Zoe. Did any of you see that in the last race?
Yeah, it was very impressive. Andrew was actually back for that race, yeah.
I was.
It was the grey horse that travelled all
the thing
over.
I backed the time before and came second. Then I backed it, got pulled out. Did I back it this time? No.
I've never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen a horse win like that.
So winging coming around the corner.
I was jumping up and down. I'd had an average weekend, put it that way, or an average Saturday, and I'd backed Princess Zoe at tens and stuff the night before, and yeah, absolutely bolted up. Never back an easier winner than that, I don't think.
You see the horse that won the other day at Gorn, second time over hurdles for Shark Hanlon. He bought him for
600 quid, yeah.
600 quid out of Willie Mullins' stable, and he's won 2 races already. That's
Like bolted up
unbelievable.
2 times.
Oh,
bolted
bolted
up.
up. There's more races to be won with him. Like.
Yeah. Like he must have been decent to be with
It's
Mullins.
not often you'd see it. You must have been a decent owner to be with Mullins, and then it's not often you'd see that Mullins can't get the best out of him, and then
He ran in 3 bumpers. Didn't even run over hurdles for Mullins.
madness. €600. He must have lost his head at one stage up Mullins' yard or something.
I'd say when Mullins can't get a horse to win around Tramore, that's enough.
Yeah.
Right. You want to talk about who? We talked about this. Rap Havlin we talked about this just off camera. Today is Thursday, by the way. Yarmouth 12:50, was it?
12:45.
It's not Thursday, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday. I don't know what they have.
Please
Wednesday.
don't confuse me, because it's been a long
It's
week.
been a long day.
Did you just say it's Thursday?
Yeah, I
it's
said
Wednesday,
it's Thursday.
like.
It's Wednesday. See, I wasn't in work today, so I thought it was Thursday.
Yeah. Rab Havlin gets plenty of stick in our WhatsApp group, and sometimes I feel it's a bit unjust. Today, it was not. Kevin Blake has been banging on about the careless riding and the dangerous riding rules and the bans and suspensions for them. And he's dead right. In everything that he says, he's right about it. And Rav Havlin made a bit of an idiot out of himself today, I think. It was bad enough doing what he did. He got a 10-day suspension. The maximum suspension was 28 days. He got a 10-day suspension for it. And he's come out and said that he thinks it's harsh and he's going to appeal it. He said it didn't happen in slow motion. It looks easy in slow motion. The horse just leant in quickly. I don't know. That's not how I saw it. He said Tom and Harry said in their evidence that they didn't feel the need to shout at me as we were free off the rail, and it all happened so quick. When I pulled up, I turned to Tom and said, "God, you all right?" And he said, "Yeah, he stepped in a bit quick, didn't he?" Like, I don't know. I know Jockey's are waiting room colleagues, but you got to call it as it is. There's no way, like, he nearly put 2 of them on the floor, and he's saying, "Oh, they didn't feel the need to shout at me." Just can't have it. Just can't have it at all. Would there have been a difference today if one of those horses end up on the deck, Jockey breaks his neck, breaks his back? Is there a difference then? Is he going to get more of a ban then because of that happening? Probably. It's just not okay. Like, he had his stick in his wrong hand. The horse leant in. He kept on riding. He made no effort to put his stick down and straighten the horse up until he put the 2 of them in on the rail. I don't know. I can't have it for a second. I think it was a really, really bad ride.
What do you think?
I'm all for it. I'm all for the bans. I think they need to stamp it out as soon as possible. There's been actually 3 or 4 bad instances of jockeys cutting across other horses since the racing came back. And I think one of them was at Sandown. Remember, we watched it here on Saturday night.
Up the rail.
Up the rail.
Oshie Murphy, was it?
It's just too dangerous. They need to get rid of it. So ban away.
Yeah, I'd agree. Like I seen a video Kevin Blake put up of bad ones that happened over the last few years. Gee, like how people didn't die is beyond me. Like
It's not an easy watch, is it?
no,
It's not a comfortable watch.
jeez, they're going and all of a sudden they're on the deck in a split second at going 30 odd miles an hour.
Look, what I don't understand about it, or what gets me, is we're sitting at home watching it at home, and right, fair enough, in fast, the way it happens, it might not look bad. Go back in slow motion, whatever. But like, you'll see one or two, and you'll straight away go, "Geez, that was bad." And the jockeys don't get banned for it. And you can see plain as day, watching the TV at home, that it was bad. And they go back and Stewards inquiry, and then nothing happened, blah blah blah. Like, it's obvious when it's bad, and that one was bad enough today. It's obvious. Ban the jockey, and it'll stop them doing it.
Do you know what I think? My problem is with the whole Jordan thing. I think they're at an age where they're so far back with their rules. They're not coming forward with racing. They're stuck back and get slap and wrist. Just don't do it again. Where you get away with it years ago. Now everyone's like, horses are involved, and they're obviously getting better with breeding. Jockeys are getting stronger, and like they're more prone to injury now because they've what would you call it? You're the fitness man. They're more prone to injury because they don't have as much cushion. They're more toned, more muscular than they ever were because they have all these facilities to go to. They hit the ground with no cushion, no protection. They're dead. I think the Sturton needs to be looked at heavily. I think they need to bring in a younger generation that's not scared to say it out how it is. Like, if Rob Havlin comes in, Rob, you nearly killed the lad. Instead of going, Mr. Havlin, now, how do you think you did here? Rob, you nearly killed him. 28-day ban. Deal with it. I guarantee it'll stop like that. It'll stop overnight.
That's exactly it. And it's like it's like anything. Like, if you do that, it's like Shamey in France with the whip. Now, he said he was doing it for a reason because the horse was going in over the rail. He rode the next horse in the next race, and he didn't want to hit it because he knew he'd gone over his amount of whip strikes, or whatever you want to call them. It will stop you. If you have your stick in your right hand and you feel the horse going to move any way into another horse, and you know that you could get banned for a month and the horse get thrown out because you do that, you're going to straighten up, guarantee it. It's like, I have a massive problem with discipline in soccer and GA, and lads roaring at the referee, and lads, doing stupid stuff basically. You look at rugby, you talk to the referee, he gives you one warning basically, depending on how bad it is, and if you talk to him again, you're off the pitch. Simple as that. And what happens in rugby, you don't talk to the referee. It doesn't happen. You never see it really happen, apart from the captain. And as I said, if you talk to them, if you say something back to them, they'll turn around and say, no, it's not happening. It's simple to implement. You just go in hard. And it's like if you sent a load of lads off for dissent in soccer, people would shut the hell up very, very fast.
It comes down to enforcing the rules, Tom. If you enforce the rules, in a week or two, people will get the gist of it and then stop doing it. The same thing when the whip quota came in at 7 strikes. All the jockeys were this and that and giving out about this and that. A few jockeys got banned. It fairly sharpish stopped them doing it. You know what I mean? If you enforce the rules and that, people will get the hint and they'll stop doing what's wrong.
Like, I think there needs to be more clear of what you get banned. Like, as you said, the max is 28 days. It should be, if it happens, 28-day bans, no matter how bad it is. Same on the board for everyone.
Some kind of scale, but I think the scale has got to be careless riding, dangerous riding. Like, nobody gets done. The stats on how many people have got done for dangerous riding is like 1 in the last 5 years or something stupid. I read it somewhere the other day, but you need to bring in different categories for it. And like, come with mandatory bans.
And could you imagine that happening over a hurdle, over jumps racing? Just someone coming before a jump gets squeezed off the rail and a horse actually plows into the actual fence. That horse and jockey is dead on the spot. He's not getting up from that. Like, they need to.
I've had horses, and I look at it sometimes from like a trainer or an owner's point of view. And if that was my horse today on the inside of that rail, I tell you something, I'd be going straight over to him.
Oh, you would. you'd feel you're after getting outdone. Not outdone. You're after getting robbed, for the lack of a better word.
Hard done by.
Hard done, boy. You're after getting hard done.
It's not even the race so much. It's what you can do to the horse. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
You're putting your horse and jockey in
the
danger.
Horse, the jockey, that Kevin Blake interview where he had it, the one at Ascot where the horse fell over because he ended up getting pushed in and clipped heels, like stuff like that. You just, as much as I agree with you, Tom. Rob Havlin made himself looking like an idiot. He should have came out today and said, "Look, I made a mistake. I'll take the ban, and if it progresses the sport going forward, then all well and good." No, he was a little bitch about it. So
yeah.
Right, all for bans. It's the moral of the story. And for jockeys, right, racing. No, this is going to be another one. We will start with the King George on Saturday at Ascot, 3:35, where two trainers in one race. Where I think, and I've heard this before we get into all who we think is going to win. People saying, "Oh, it's okay. Why would you put horses in with that?" My whole problem against this. You're a horse racing trainer, right? You're an owner. You have horses that can run in grade ones. If you were a trainer, why are you in the business if you don't want to test yourself against the best? Why do you have a horse if you don't want him to be the best? If he's a grade 1 quality horse, run him in the thing. If he gets bet, all well and good. At least you had a crack at it. Anything could happen. We had a big mad discussion about chances of horses in race. Every horse that goes in the race has a chance to win. No matter if people don't think he's the quality to run in a grade 1. If the trainer thinks he's a grade 1 horse and he has plans to run in a grade 1, here's a chance to run him. You have all the Aidan O'Brien horses who are more than likely going to go out and stop an Abel. You can stay clear of that and you can nick black type in a grade 1 race. And if anything mad happens, who knows, you could win. This whole avoiding one trainer, one owner, horses, be it an Abel, be it Magical, Anthony Van Dyke, whoever. Like, I don't buy into this bullshit. Oh, why would you run a minute? You have the horse. You're in horse race. You want to be the best, beat the best. Stop avoiding it. It happens. It doesn't happen much in jumps racing. They always take on each other because they want to be the best. I can't have this bullshit, this argument that don't go against them.
But to me, this happens a good few times on the flat. I'd like to think for this actual race, because it's a shambles what's after happening. I think it's to do with the prize money maybe. They cut it fairly sharpish because of COVID. And I agree with Andrew, in any sport you should be willing to take on the best to try and prove yourself at the top level. There is definitely 1 mile 4 horses out there that could easily be in this race and add a bit to it. And I disagree with people blaming Aidan and John Gosling because they're the only people with the horses. Oh, they've all the horses
to do with them.
And people won't take them on. Well, Aidan is running his horses whether to try and beat an Abel or on merit. At least he's running horses to try and beat the Super Filly. Yeah. If Aidan hadn't entered those horses, it's a 3-horse King George. That's all it is. Yeah. 3 horses. Enable, Japan and Sovereign. And it's a shambles. How can you watch that like?
No. It's
there's I don't know, this might be controversial, it might not be controversial. It's a bit of a shite race normally.
It is. It's a bad group one.
As in I think half the problem this year, I was just looking at last year, there was 11 runners last year. And Abel and Crystal Ocean put on nearly the race of the last decade down the straight. Woldgeist was just in behind them. The 3 of them are very good. After that, you got Salomon, Huntinghorn, Cheval Grand, Norway, and Miranda. None of them are really Group 1 performers. The year before, Enable beat Ulysses, Idaho, In Fairness, Highland Real, Ben Battle, and Desert Encounter, and there were 10 runners. It's not... the last few years anyway, it hasn't been the greatest race of all time. I think some of your problem for not having runners is like there's Japanese horses can run in this normally, There's French horses running this. They're not travelling now because of the way the situation is. So that knocks them out straight away. The Derby was only 21 days ago, and before that, the Guineas was not too long before that. The horse in the Derby, they nearly all ran like they wanted a step down in trip anyway. Never mind a mile 4 against older horses. So I'm not too surprised to see none of those in there. Yeah, like look, if they all ran, it'd be a cracking race. But I can see why people are disappointed.
I agree with you, Tom, in the way I wouldn't say it's controversial, saying it's a bit of a shite race. Like when I first started watching racing, the King George was the midsummer highlight of flat racing, and the 3-year-olds took on the 4-year-olds and the 5-year-olds. It's really, really lost. It's like it's not a sexy race anymore. It's kind of like an afterthought. If after an afterthought in between the Curragh Eclipse and the Juddmonte, and those two races seem to have taken the kind of prestige away from the King George.
Yeah, it's a lot as well to do, I think, with this season as well. I think it's not a great race the last couple of years. You haven't got any foreign runners, and then you've got the fact that this season has all been squished up as well. So, like if you look at what could have run here, I don't know where Serpentine's going, but like Love, she's going to her main target now is the Arc, so she's not going to run in this. There's kind of, I don't know what else would run in it that would give an Abel a real race. I'm not sure.
It's not even the fact. Or like, how do I say it? It's not it's the fact that people think are running scared of Enable. Like, run your horse if it's a grade 1 horse and it goes on the trip. It's a congested season. Yes, the prize money is down, but the prize money's down for grade 2s then. The prize money's down for grade 3s.
Yeah.
Like, I don't buy this running scared of horses. If I'm a trainer and I have a horse that can run in this, I'm running in it. I don't care who's in it. You have faith that your horse is going to prove himself well, run a good race. He gets beat out of sight. He's not a Group 1 horse. You drop him down, so on, so on. Like, this is nothing against Aidan O'Brien. Aidan O'Brien has the balls to put his own horses against each other.
Yeah.
Like, Enable, fair enough, she's still... Right, we'll talk about the race now. I have enough of this. Like, Enable's the superstar. She's 8-13 on. Then you have Japan, Magical, Anthony Van Dyke, Sovereign, Fanny Logan, Sir Dragonate, and Magic Wand. You take it. I'm taking a break for a minute.
I think Enable's beatable. I said
just before we get into this, the Betfair market is key to who is going to run here. Magical is 33-1 on Betfair. She's not running. She's going for the Tassels Gold.
Magical's going to run Sunday, I'd say.
Oh, well, that's just
Japan.
She will.
She's going to run. Fanny Logan isn't running either, judging by this. So you're looking at Enable, Japan, Anthony Van Dyke, and your guess is as good as mine about the rest. Sovereign, there's a bit of money on him. He may run by the look of things.
To me, Enable's beatable. Whether it's Saturday, I don't know. Goyat beat her. We've had numerous discussions. I know people love Enable and all that, but I think I can't remember. I said it in the other the video before the Curragh Eclipse. I can't remember for the life of me the last time a 6-year-old mare or colt stayed in training and was at the same peak level that they were as a 4 and 5-year-old maybe. I would have taken Magical all day against her. I think Magical is improving. She's a year younger. But I'll give Japan one more chance. I think going by what we seen last season, he wants 1 or 2 runs to get fit. He was as big as a bull at Ascot. He travelled really well in the Curragh Eclipse. Seemed to run out of a bit of steam. And I'd say 1 mile 2 is probably... He really wants 1 mile 4, so I'll give Japan one more shot. I think he's definitely a 1 mile 4 horse, and he's the better price.
I really like Sovereign. I really liked his comeback run behind Twilight Payment at the Curragh last time. They rode him different when he won the Irish Derby. He was held up. He ran like very fresh. Coming in the home straight, he was taken out. Came with his run, ran like a horse that needed a run, and kept on well on the hands and heels. But it's the way he travelled through the whole race. To me, it's like a typical Galileo 5-year-old that's had to improve and again. A typical Aidan O'Brien horse. It's just that to find another bit of improvement. Like if you go back to his race even before the Irish Derby, or in the English Derby at Epsom, he broke out of the stalls. He was hampered a bit. He still managed to finish 9.5 lengths behind Anthony Van Dyke after making a big move to get back into the race. I think I think he could be very good this season, and I'm willing to take a very good chance with him at 14-1. I really like him.
You're surely going for Japan each way, are you?
No, I don't think there'd be enough runners each way, but if there was, I would. If there was 8 runners, I obviously would. I'm going to go with Enable. I think last time, even just the way she was ridden, I just think he was looking after her a lot. She could have been a lot closer. As they turned in and down the back, and I just thought that wasn't a proper Frankie Enable ride. I think he looked after her and he got her home. I think being a 6-year-old mare, they're going to pick their targets this year like very, very carefully. I think she needed to run the last day. I think she'll be near 100% for this now, and then I think they'll let her down and she'll be brought back up to peak fitness for the Arc. Whether they take in the race at York, the Yorkshire Oaks, I'm not sure. Sounds like Love is going there. Are they going to want to take her on?
Nah, they'll avoid her, I'd say.
I'd imagine they'll avoid her. So, that's the route she's taken before. I don't know. I think tomorrow or at the weekend, I think she'll be pretty near peak fitness, and I think they'll let her down then, and then just focus on the Oaks. I wouldn't even be surprised if she didn't run again until the Oaks. The Arc. I wouldn't even be surprised if she didn't run again until the Arc. I think she'll win. Japan's ran against her twice. He's been beaten twice. She beat the last time. I don't know. I think she's got that little sparkle factor that he hasn't.
Yeah, she is the most likely winner, but I'll stick to what I said for the last 2 years. I'm just not convinced she's in love with it anymore. Just something about the way she's racing. She's not the Enable she was. And
I don't know. I don't think she was right last year. They said like they couldn't get her. They didn't have her 100% right all year, and I think that showed. And I really think that's the first time they've ever done it with her. Is like she desperately needed that last time. I think.
I'm not so convinced. Do you know that? I don't know. It's just something about her that's just telling me she's like she could go well in Bolt Up now, and I'd be the first to say, Jesus, that was good. But I don't know. I just get these feelings about some horses that just don't want to really do it anymore. She's there on pure ability, on how good she is. But if she doesn't want to go through that pain barrier anymore, she's not going to go through it. Which I think happened in the Arc. And Enable 2 years ago would have easily found enough to win that, beating Walgeist and whoever was second.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit too soon to judge her on that. I don't want to judge her that she's not trying anymore.
It's not that she's not trying. I think the King George last year was the beginning of, not the beginning and the end is the wrong term, but you know what I mean. It's the beginning of her feeling it.
I have to pee. I'll let you finish that.
It's been a long day, Dave.
I've enough with Ava.
I think that was the beginning of the end. I think that took out so much of her that they're leaving a mark on her.
Yeah, I'd say potentially you're right. That took a lot out of her, that run. But I felt that showed just how much she wanted it. She really wanted it that day.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. She went to the well there, and to me, it looked like in the arc that she remembered it. She remembered how it felt, and she didn't. I remember how it feels back pre-season training. There's a reason I don't do it anymore, because I know how hard it is when you have to go that extra bit.
Look, I think the one thing we'd agree on anyway is she's a 6-year-old. She's not improving.
No.
This is why I think she's vulnerable in the arc to an exceptional, and especially an exceptional 3-year-old. And I think we have that in Love.
But I put it like this: like, do I think she should win on Saturday against the horse she's run against with Magical out? Yes, she should. And do I think she has to go to the big table again? Oh, how was that? Enjoy that.
Yeah, I did.
Do I think she's good enough to take on the best of the best now? No, I don't. Not whatsoever. I couldn't have her against Love or anyone like that anymore.
But is that based on one run? Like she shot clear in the arc and then was caught
It's
late
not.
on.
It's based on the King George. It just sticks in my mind that Crystal Ocean just went with her so far out and kept going with her. It's after leaving the mark. I could be totally wrong now. Even though she might have needed a race at Sandown the last time, it still looked to me like she didn't go through with her effort. Even though people would say she's 80% fit, I don't buy she was 80% fit. She might have been 90.
She wouldn't have won her second arc either, only for James Dalgate. See a class of bad ride.
Yeah, she's very, very good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think she's unbeatable. I never thought she was unbeatable. I just think the whole Frankie fact, people are going to say it because she's a very, very good mare. I don't think she's not one that'll stay in my memory for a long time. That's controversial. I know it's going to be controversial. I don't care. That's what I think of her.
That's worse than Dave's fucking.
It's not. It's going on. She was very lucky to win the second arc.
Did you hear what he said?
What did he say?
That's worse than Dave's list of women.
You should see that list of women.
He's on to the next one.
Jesus, Tom.
He's like that man Darren Yates, one trainer to the next.
I don't know. I love her, so I'll forgive her last run. And I really hope she goes and does the business and does it well on Saturday. I'd love the build up to her and Love in the arc. I think that'd be fantastic.
There'll be a lot of build up, but it's not going to be a race. She won't live with Love.
I do think Love will beat her. I can't deny that.
Yeah, like I expect her to win on Saturday, but I don't expect her to get anywhere near Love.
Okay, so after all that, are we all going for Naval?
No, sovereign each way.
Japan.
I'll stick with Naval.
Right, we stick with Saturday and we go to York for the York Stakes over 1 mile 2. We have Elicam is favourite at 5-2. We have Telecaster. Come on, do your job. Aspetar.
Yep.
Yes, Aspetar at 11-2. Fox Champion, King of Comedy 6s. Regal Reality at 6s. Lord Gwitter's 12. And What's the Story at 33s. Dave O'Keefe, who wins the York Stakes?
I'll go for Telecaster because Elicam's a dog.
Yeah, I agree.
He is.
Honest
to God, the amount of times you give this horse a chance on the ratings and everything to win a race, and he just can't win. Like, he'll pop up, no doubt, and win a race towards the end of the season that you don't expect him to. But when he's favourite or like you expect him to win a race and he just don't do it. Like he was expected to win the race at Royal Ascot and a dog's performance. I'll give Telecaster a go because he ran well at York and the Dante last year. And he seemed back to form then in France the last day. So I'll give him a shot.
Yeah, I agree with Telecaster. I think Elicam is living on the past. Yeah, fair enough. He probably didn't stay at Ascot. But he beggars to believe. I just can't get my head around. He's a big, strong lad. He looks the winner. But he just has a weird way of running.
Yeah, like you said, he looks like he didn't stay at Ascot. But the race before that, it looked like he needed 1 mile 4 because he was coming back at the line and he would have got up in another stride.
That's what I mean. He's very weird way of running.
I don't know.
On that,
Strange horse.
think this is Telecasters to win. I liked his comeback run when he was actually behind Elicam. He was behind him at a length and a quarter, I think. And he went off to France and he absolutely hosed up. He was odds on. He won by 4 lengths, eased down. He's very good. He won last year, beating Two Darn Hot at York over the same trip. I really fancy him today. I think he'll win today. Jesus Christ. Saturday. He's going to win.
Poor Telecaster, because he got 3 of us on his back.
Oh, Jesus.
I pretty much thought the same as you guys as well. El Arkham, I just don't know what to make of him. He at times last year he looked like he was going to be an absolute superstar. You know, what sticks in my mind is the judgment at York, where he got no room in behind Japan and Crystal Ocean, and he looked like he would have bolted up that day. And he went to the Champion Stakes then at Leopardstown, the Irish Champion Stakes, and just bombed out altogether. So, and then he came back, a lovely comeback against Lord North, and he got an odd ride. I thought he kicked on way too soon for a horse that there was question marks over where he'd stay, but he's just not a horse that I want to be backing at a short price, or at all. Well, I wouldn't back him at all, to be honest. But he's going to be favourite. Telecaster, on the other hand, is still very unexposed. He's only had 7 runs. He's got some really good form as a 3-year-old last year. He didn't see the track until March. He was second, only beaten a length and a bit by Bangkok. He then bolted up at Windsor by 9 lengths, and then he beat Two Darn Hot by a length. He went to the Derby then and ran no kind of race. Just all went wrong for him. And then after that, it was pretty quick turnaround for the Curragh Eclipse against Enable, and he bombed out there as well. I think they did the best thing ever for the horse then. They gave him a break. They just said, right, that'll do. He'd had 5 runs, quick succession. Lovely comeback when Derry Keane and Derry Fresh at Haydock behind Lord North and Al-Arkham. And then he's gone absolutely dotted up in a Group 3 in France. He is still the one. He's the one in this race, I think, that could still be a very high class, probably a Group 1 horse. And I think I would have him a bit closer than 130 and 5-2 against the Larkham.
Yeah, we're all in agreement.
Telecaster.
I think Telecaster wins this easy.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it'd be a good one, but yeah, I think Telecaster, and yeah, he's the horse in that for me if there's a good one in there.
Right, that was no argument there. Right, so we will head to Sunday and over to the Curragh. The Tatterstalls Gold Cup over 1 mile 2 at 2:55. Well, everything I have wrote down has gone out the window because Magical is apparently running this now.
Yeah, Magical's running. As far as the betting's going, anyway, Magical's running.
There's no betting on it. Magical turns up, she surely wins this.
Yeah, it'll be similar to what she did the last day.
But I'll give a shout to the one I actually had down. Leo the Fury for Jessica Harrington. She won the Moorsbridge over course and distance last time, beating Fleeting by 3 lengths quite easy. There's a few horses in this that seem like there's going to be a good bit of pace, and he gets held up. So I don't know what price it's going to be. I presume he's going to be a backable each way price with Magical running it. So I would not put off anyone having a bit of each way quid on Leo the Fury.
I know this will be a better race than the last race that Magical ran in, and she was very impressive, but I expect her to be as impressive beating whoever's in this on Sunday.
I agree. Tom?
Yeah, short and simple, I'd take Magical in this, definitely.
Wait, that's after throwing me now. Next, we are on... Oh God, Curragh again. So many notes. Ascot. No, wrong one. Go. Oh, Dave, where am I going? I'm at lose me page. Sunday.
No.
I know.
Ascot. We're going to Ascot.
Ascot 3 o'clock Valiant Stakes. I got it. I'm here. Go for it. Who wins? Bilzenbrook, Miss O'Connor, Shimmering, and so on and so forth.
Can I just be honest and say that this is an absolute shite race?
I have the winner. It's okay though.
It's a shite race, and I would not be backing Bilzenbrook.
Nope.
Like at all, because she just runs good one week and runs bad. She's like Alarcam. She's the female version of Alarcam.
She's not trustworthy.
Yeah. They should mate.
Yeah, I think
This
so.
is going to get very boring for people watching if we start agreeing on everything, isn't it?
I give
Shimmering is the one I fell on.
yeah.
Big drop in
Drop in
class
class.
after winning.
She ran the Guineas.
She ran the Guineas, finished in. I have it down here now.
The Guineas form is pretty strong. There's been a couple of horses came out that were lower down the field, won races and ran well in races.
She was
give her a
14 lengths behind Love. And the season before, she ran a novice race at Lingfield, where the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 8th, and 11th have all won since. So it wasn't a bad race. She won at Lingfield, dropped down in class. I watched that race back, and she was quite impressive. She's 10 to 1. I am happily taking each way shot at her.
I'll give her a go as well.
For me, it's I agree on Billiston Brook. Just is not one I'm interested in backing, especially as favourite. I will take a chance on Egan Court. Probably said that wrong, but anyway. David O'Mara's mare. Looks to me as if she wants good ground, and that's the key to her. It's currently good to firm Ascot. Was beaten ahead behind Nazif at Ascot at the Royal meeting. Was then beaten at Newmarket, but that was on soft ground. I'll forgive her that run. Her form on good ground is very good. She's got a couple of high ratings to show that she can mix it with the good ones. She's got that run at Ascot, which is good. And she would definitely do for me. I think there's a bit of 9 to 2 out there. I'm interested in her, yeah.
I would have been very keen on Miss O'Connor if it was anywhere near soft, but I can't have her on good to firm just because they haven't run her on it. They must be avoiding it for some reason. But I am happily taking an each way shot on Shimmering, Shimmer and Shine. I watch too much kids' channels.
You definitely do.
Oh, God.
Now, on to the last one. Ascot 340, the Princess Margaret Stakes over 6 furlong, Group 3. We have More Beautiful for Aidan O'Brien at 2 to 1, Timescale 4s, Happier Romance at 5s, Caroline Dale at 6, Fev Rover at 6, but he won the other day, he won't run, and a 6 to 1, a load of rest.
She,
sorry. I really, really, really like Timescale in this. Extremely like she was.
I think Tom's going to pick the same one as me.
She was 4th at Newmarket behind Dandala and Forever won. Was it yesterday or the day before? Listed race at Sandown and absolutely hosed up. But before that, she was a 3-length winner, a 6-length winner. Very impressively, she was very green at Newmarket. She has to turn the form around with Santosha.
Yep.
But I think she will, with that run under her belt. I think she'd be very hard to beat. I can't have Aidan O'Brien's one. She bombed out way too badly at Ascot.
I wouldn't back O'Brien's one until I saw her ran again and put that run behind her. But I'd be going against you and taking Santosha. The Dandala form was franked again by Fev Rover. She surely is not going to run. I'll take the horse that came 3rd. You're taking the horse that came 4th. Santosha's only had 2 runs. Timescale is at 4, I think. So I'll happily think that Santosha has the one that can improve more than Timescale.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I know two-year-old fillies. I'm not too keen on punting on them, but I mean, they're not going to do it, surely, are they? But if they've stuck Fev Rover in here, I really, really like her.
So would I,
sure
Tom.
they're not going to do it.
I'd be
What's
the same.
interesting is David Loughnane has got 2 really, really good fillies here, and Caroline Dale is the other one who I would take a punt on. Owned by the family who owned Catchy, and they've got a couple of good fillies in the minute. This is definitely one of them. 3rd at Royal Ascot on her 2nd start at 100 to 1. Bolted up at Windsor then last time in a maiden or in a novice race. I am happy enough to take a chance on that. more beautiful just to say, like, could be anything still. Looked amazing on her debut, and then bombed out at Royal Ascot. I've nothing against her. I'm willing to give her another chance. But just one with the form in the book, I think, could definitely be placed as Caroline Dale. But 2-year-old fillies are not really my speciality.
I just want to say there, while we were kind of doing the podcast, there's only 4 runners in the King George.
4. What are they?
They are Enable, Japan, Anthony Van Dyke, and Sovereign.
Sovereign wins.
The other Aidan O'Brien horses are going to the Tattersall's Gold Cup.
All of them.
Magic Wand, Dancer, Dragon A, and Magical.
Magical wins that anyway.
That's interesting.
See what happens now. See? No one else had entered a horse. See? This is what I'm on about.
Yeah.
Like, races caught up.
I agree. If you had entered your horse there now, you're getting the prize money all the way down to 8 probably. So
Yeah. You get more. What? Are they getting any prize money for sitting at home? Nothing. It's costing them money.
you should have entered me.
It does cost.
You try, right?
I know most of those owners have got like millions and billions, but it does cost a few quid to enter a horse in like those races. They're not the kind of races you can just throw a horse in and say, we might run, we might not, you know?
But they're millionaires.
I know they're millionaires, but still, like, it's not that cheap. Do you know how much it costs to enter in the Irish Cambridgeshire?
About 12 grand.
750 quid.
Wow.
That's not bad, no.
That's nice.
It's not bad until you have to pay it.
That's the other side of it.
Sure, you're a millionaire. Doesn't matter. It's changed to you.
I wish.
Yeah, see, that's getting back. That's not annoying me now. That was my point right there.
I don't have time for any more
There's
rants.
five horses. What, 5 horses now?
4.
4 horses. It's worse. Enter your goddamn horse in Group 1s if you have a horse. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Nap's the next best. We finished on this. Dave was going to collapse here with the hunger.
My nap is Telecaster. Next best Japan.
Okay. Tom?
Jesus. My nap is Telecaster.
Oh, God.
My
Uh-oh.
next best.
Oh, God.
My next best is a horse that runs at Ascot on Saturday in the Nifty 50.
That's a great name.
handicap. If it runs, is a John Gosden horse called Cesar. That's definitely not how you say it, but won well at Yarmouth, I think, last time. Just looks the horse who's a bit green, but is got lots of ability. Kingman colt, and one that, you know, just a classic. John Gosden's bringing him along slowly, and I think there's still improvement in.
There you go. My nap is, I'm going for the 3 in a row Telecaster. My next best is Timescale.
Poor Telecaster.
It's going to be tailed off.
That might be the first time.
That is the first time ever it's had happening.
We've ever agreed on a nap, so
Yeah.
we'll get slated on YouTube, but everybody back it because it's going to win. I said it right there now.
Hey, well, let's upset Tom. At any price, back it. It's a certainty, lads.
Yeah, just go for it. Just back it.
Let's back it.
No doubt Dom Irish is going to slate it.
No, I can't anymore.
Oh, you blocked him, did
Yeah, Sickle isn't that dope.
you? Yeah, you're right too.
He'll
He'll come on as something else. He'll be called George.
smart Irish.
He'll come on as his usual, like, normal account now as Robbie.
Or Kubo
Yeah.
/
Kubo.
Kubo.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Right, so that's us finished for another week. We will be back earlier next week because we have Shiskin on Wednesday.
Siskin.
Shiskin.
Shishkin is.
Oh, the
never
horse.
mind.
It's a 2 mile Arkle second.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. He's running on Wednesday. We'll be back on Monday or so. I didn't even tell these yet, but you okay for Monday?
Yeah, I'll get
Tom, you
Monday.
okay for Monday?
Suits me better.
Yeah, that'll do me.
Right, lads, we will see you Monday. Thanks again for watching. Give us a like, subscribe, and we will see you on Monday.